with the crew of StatsSquared coming off their huge win at the recent Startup Weekend Indy. And from, let's see, my left we have Brandon.
Yep.
What is your function with StatsSquared as I call it?
Product development.
Okay. And
Josh?
And
he runs the show.
He's the man. He's
the
in
man.
charge.
Big cheese.
Big cheese.
Okay.
Big cheese.
Hi, I'm James, operations.
This is waving at some people.
He's the social one.
Marketing and media.
All right, so you guys had a huge win at Startup Weekend Indy. How did that go? What was from the very beginning when you had the idea to make this? What was kind of running through your head from start to finish?
We didn't actually have the idea. That's the best part about it, really, is that somebody else pitched the idea. Brian, he actually pitched Eat, Drink, It as well, but he favored that idea, so he went to that team. And so we all just kind of sat in the room and were like, what do we want to build? I mean, we had a high-level idea, and Ryan and I both have a lot of Twitter accounts. And so it was just, well, let's build something that can track Twitter across a lot of accounts, and that's where we led to.
And it literally turned from a big pie in the sky idea to we started talking through, and then Brandon and I were like, dude, if we went this way, this would be really, really helpful.
Yeah.
And 56 hours later, which maybe 20 was actually work, we had a working product.
The main thing too was when we said we want to, on Monday we want something that we can use. And that was kind of the main goal. Is there something that we can let anybody who's using Twitter would be able to get on and use on Monday, and we pulled it off. It was pretty amazing.
So you said about 20 hours of work at a 50-some-odd.
It's Friday night, you go home, and then we went back. So if 56 hours was probably more like maybe 36.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the most intense, bust-ass development
You're still talking too much.
Ever been.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So speaking of development, for all the actual nerds and geeks, how was this put together? What kind of coding did you guys use? What all goes into making a product like this?
Stephen, who's not here, Stephen Gregory, he's in charge of all technology, pretty much says, let's copy the Foursquare. I said Formsquare, didn't I? Foursquare technology stack, right? And that's exactly what he did. We're using Scala as the programming language, right? We're running on Nginx with Jetty. MongoDB is going to be the back end here fairly soon, and then just jQuery for the front end.
So, if this were to actually go to market type of product, who would you market this to? Who do you see as the primary users of this?
It actually is a two-market product already. We have people that are signing up for our beta, which is going to be a paid beta, private beta, and it's something that for the first apple on the tree is the smaller marketing and advertising, whether it's a firm or a person who carries themselves as a firm. And it's the marketer, the personal social media guru, whoever, whatever they want to call themselves. It's a product for them to manage even if it's only 5 accounts that they have, the 5 clients that they have, and they get all the statistics of the month for those 5 clients on one frame where they can see click-through rate, trend of following, and it's something they can monitor the natural language around what's being attached to their tweets or to their retweets. And it's something that allows them to also scour and see what competitors are doing, see what they're attaching with their links, see who's maybe retweeting them so that they can introduce themselves to that person to see if they can get some mentions along the line. It really is the analytics tool that I wish I had a year and a half ago.
Right, and I think that gets to a point. One of our competitive advantages early is he is our target market. He said, this is what I need to do my job better as a Twitter, what do you call yourself?
As a social media guru.
Patented.
So, what was the experience at Startup Weekend like? I've personally never been.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's a blast. I've done several. I did Indianapolis. I've done Indianapolis again. North Carolina, Kansas City, and they're all pretty much about the same. You go in, everybody's pitching these random ideas, and then people start kind of forming around those ideas. You end up with maybe 7 to 10 groups, depending on how big the groups are and how many people come to the Startup Weekend. And they just sit down and focus and just work on that idea and trying to deliver and then something that you can use, something that you can demo, put together the marketing, the business plan, etc. So
and the interesting thing was that for our 5, Brandon and I had met before and knew each other before, but the other, like I had never met Steven, who's not here, I never met Joshua, I never met James, and it's the same within the group. So we weren't 5 friends that had an idea and went on. We were just kind of like, hey, I'm Ryan. Hey, what do you think about this idea? Can we do it? Well, hell, let's just go.
It's great for networking, meeting new people. I mean, that are passionate about something. I mean, they took their weekend to work. I mean, so it's passionate people that are behind technology or marketing ideas, etc.
And it's work, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's one of the most fun weekends I've had in a long time.
Absolutely.
Get off your couch, go build something.
And the scary thing I would say for the market is the fact that we had our first after-win meeting, and we were on the exact same page with everything. It was like perfect storm scary.
So what was it like when you guys finally found out that you were the ones to win? I don't know if I want to call it a competition, but I guess in a sense it is.
Sure it is. Yeah. And the interesting thing was that, when we were in about day 2 of it, James turns to me and says, are we really trying to win this kind of a thing? And I said, is there any point not to? He said, we're going to win this. And I just, whether that's arrogance or just confidence in the fact is like, we had the best idea in my opinion, and we were going to win. And then it turned into not only were we going to win, but we've had so many dominoes fall in the first 5 days that we were like, the conversation turned to, okay, how soon before we make this full time? What kind of, compensation packages are we looking at? Everything turned into, this got to be a real business real fast.
All right,
Well, I appreciate your time, guys.
Hey, John.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.